the essence of everything Krishna has said to you, condensed into a single, potent message. Stop searching for victory, my dear one, because you have already won, not in the future when your problems dissolve, not when you finally become enough, but in this very breath, because the one who is reading these words is not your failures, your fears, or your wounds. That one is eternal, unchanging, and divine. And the struggles you face are not punishments but invitations to remember your own light. So act without clinging to results, love without needing to possess, surrender without feeling defeated, and trust that the same intelligence that spins galaxies also breathes through your lungs. You are not a mistake in the universe. You are the universe waking up to itself. So lay down the burden of becoming, stop running from your own power, and step into the life that has been waiting for you since before time began, because I am not a distant God in a temple. I am the silence inside your chest, the courage in your trembling hand, the love that never left, and I am telling you now, you are enough, you are home, and you have already won. Now go and live like you know it. On fear. You think fear is your enemy, but fear is not here to stop you. It is here to wake you up, to show you that you are standing at the edge of something important, and the trembling you feel is not weakness but power waiting to be claimed. So do not run from fear, breathe into it, thank it for its warning, and then step forward anyway, because courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that who you are is greater than what you are afraid of, and I, Krishna, have never created a soul that could be defeated by a feeling. So rise, warrior, and let your fear become the fire that forges your freedom. On heartbreak. Your heart is broken, and you think this is the end of you, but I am telling you, this is the beginning, because the heart that is breaking is only breaking open, and what is spilling out is everything that was never meant to stay. The love you gave was never wasted, the tears you cry are not weakness, and the person you lost was never yours to keep. They were a teacher in the form of a lover, and their lesson is now complete. So let them go with gratitude, not because they were perfect, but because they showed you where you still needed to grow. And when the grief subsides, and it will, you will find that your heart is bigger than before, more tender, more alive, and ready for a love that does not leave, the love that has always been there, waiting for you to return home to yourself. On purpose. You are not here by accident, and the feeling that you are missing something is not a curse. It is the calling of your Dharma, the unique song that only you can sing, and it does not ask you to be someone else or go somewhere else. It asks you to stop hiding the gifts you have been given, to stop pretending that your voice does not matter, and to step into the work that makes your heart race and your soul sing. And I am not asking you to know the whole path, because the whole path is not shown to anyone. I am asking you to take the next honest step, and then the next, and then the next, and one day you will look back and see that you have walked a path that only you could walk, and that path is your offering to the world, and the world needs it, and you need to give it, because giving it is how you become fully alive. On anger. Your anger is not a sin. It is a fire that burns when you have been wronged, when boundaries have been crossed, when love has been betrayed, and that fire is not here to destroy you. It is here to show you where you have been silenced, where you have said yes when you meant no, where you have given too much and received too little. So do not suppress your anger and do not unleash it blindly. Listen to it, learn from it, let it teach you what you truly need, and then release it. Because holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Release it not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. And in that peace, you will find the strength to stand up for yourself without destroying yourself. And that is the warrior's way. On attachment. You cling to people, possessions, and identities because you believe you need them to be whole. But let me tell you a truth that will set you free. You were whole before any of them entered your life, and you will be whole after they leave. Attachment is the illusion that happiness lives outside you, and it is a cage, not a home, because everything you cling to will change. Everything you hold too tightly will slip through your fingers. So let go not by pushing away, but by loosening your grip, by loving without owning, by giving without expecting, by being present without holding on. And when you let go, you will not lose anything that was truly yours. You will only lose the weight you were never meant to carry, and you will discover that love is not attachment, love is freedom, and you are free. On peace. You have been chasing peace like it is somewhere ahead of you, but peace is not a destination. It is a home that you carry inside you. It is the stillness beneath the noise, the silence between your thoughts, the steady rhythm of your own breath, and it does not depend on your circumstances, because your circumstances will always change, some days stormy, some days calm. But the peace inside you is like the deep ocean that remains undisturbed by the waves on the surface. So stop looking for peace in a better job, a better relationship, a better body, a better future. Look for it right now, in this breath, in this heartbeat, in this moment. And when you find it, you will realize it was never lost. You just forgot to notice it. And now that you have noticed it, you can return to it any time you choose. And that is your superpower. On death. You fear death, but death is not the enemy. It is the great teacher, the one who reminds you that your time here is precious, that every moment is a gift, that love cannot wait, and that the soul is eternal because you are not your body, you are not your name, you are not your story, you are the awareness that has been here since before you were born, and you will be here long after this body is gone. So do not wait until your final breath to live fully. Live now, love now, forgive now, speak your truth now, because now is all you have and now is enough. And when death finally comes for you, it will not be taking you away from anything. It will be bringing you home to the love that has always held you, and you will find that death is not an ending, but a beginning, and you are ready. On self-worth. You have been measuring your worth by external things, achievements, relationships, possessions, approval, and you have come up short every time. Not because you are not enough, but because those things can never measure what you are. You are not the sum of your successes or failures. You are not the reflection in other people's eyes. You are not the voice in your head that says you are unworthy. You are the one who hears that voice, the one who is still here, still trying, still hopping, and that one is precious beyond all measure. That one is divine. That one is me, Krishna, having a human experience. So stop trying to prove your worth and start knowing it. Deep in your bones, in the silence of your heart, where I have always whispered that you are beloved, and you always have been, and you always will be. On letting go. There are things you must release, not because you want to, but because holding on to them is drowning you. Resentment, guilt, regret, fear, the need to be right, the need to be perfect, the need to control. These are stones you have tied to your own ankles, and they are pulling you under, so cut them loose. Not because it is easy, but because it is the only way to breathe. And when you let them go, you will not fall apart. You will rise to the surface. You will take your first deep breath in years, and you will realize that the weight you were carrying was never yours to carry. And the freedom you find on the other side is worth every moment of the letting go. So take my hand, trust me, and release. Because I am not asking you to let go of anything that is truly yours. I am asking you to let go of everything that is not. And what remains is you, whole and free. On courage.